Well, hey, it's Lynn Brown, and welcome to the Gritty Women Global Podcast. We're so happy that you're here, and I just want to take a minute and thank all of our listeners out in our Gritty Sister tribe all over the world. I mean, we're in 25 countries. Sometimes I just like to stop for a second and just say, thank you, Lord. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So today, I want us to talk about something that it's nothing. It's no new topic. We always hear there's nothing new under the sun. I mean, there's no new solution that we need to keep searching for. We know what we need to do, right? And it's so funny. My sister and I always laugh about when somebody loses weight. We always say, "Now, how'd you do it?" Like, I don't know how to exercise and watch what I intake into my mouth. So, saying all that, today I just wanted to toss out this question. Have you found yourself recently in new territory? Meaning like these uncharted waters. Like, are you in a place that you've never been before? I don't know about you, but I am. I am. And you probably have been there before if you're not there right now, or you might be moving into a new place. I just talked to, someone this week that was in the middle of a new place. And sometimes it can bring unanswered questions, or it can bring a little extra, feeling of anxiety. But today I'm hoping that I'm going to share a few things that I've just been leaning into. And you know how you keep hearing like the same message over and over? Well, in the last month, I have kept hearing this message from Joshua in the Bible, the book of Joshua, of chapter 3 specifically. And I've just heard several speakers, podcasts, sermons, preachers on this topic. And so I've got to slow down and really look into it. But Joshua 3:4 says, you have not passed this way before. So it's something new. You haven't done this before. And a lot of times when we find ourselves in those places, we have a lot of different options. We can reach into the potato chip bag, we can eat chocolate chip cookie dough, or we can go to the truth. Now, the truth, I'm not talking about searching a lot of things to find what you're looking for. I'm talking about the truth, the one and only truth, which is, our blueprint, the Bible. So that's kind of where I'm coming from today. But, if you're in a place that you've never passed before, it could be in a relationship. It could be a new addition to your family. It could even be coming from a position of influence that you have. Maybe it's starting an exercise program, walking to the gym for the first time. Maybe it's your church. Maybe it's a new position in your church. Maybe you're going to a new church. Maybe it's a new hobby or a new interest or something new, something that you want to do for your community, and you're stepping out into something new. And you're like, how am I going to get from here to there? And I think sometimes we're so focused on the thing that's in front of us. And in this chapter, it's just talking about the Jordan River. I mean, they were going to have to cross the Jordan River. I mean, and it was non-negotiable. I mean, Joshua said, we're going to get to the other side. We're going through this. And so I can only imagine what I would have been thinking. I've been on the way there talking to my friends going, okay, now y'all, this all sounds good on paper, but how the heck are we going to get across this huge river that's at flood stage this time of the year? That's huge. It's not like it's shallow. I mean, it's a huge river. But all that God asks of them and all he asks of us is if we will go and just put our feet in, just take that next step. We don't have to know all the hows and the whys and the answers out there. But we just have to have that faith. And so the question I want to ask is, wherever you are right now, whatever you're facing in your life, are you facing it out? Are you doing the thing out of fear or faith? And I think sometimes we have to, well, I'll speak for myself, Lynn Brown. Lynn Brown has to slow down, shut her mouth, and be still and really evaluate, why am I taking this step? So in my business right now, I'm about to take a step and make an investment in something. And you know what? In the eyes of, bookkeepers probably all across the country, they might say, I don't know right now, you probably should blah, 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 blah. However, I know where I'm going. And I have total trust and faith and confirmation that I'm going to get there. But in order for me to get there, I have to take this step. I have to take this step to get me to that next place. And in order for them to get across the Jordan River, they had to do the same thing. They had to put their feet in the water. And when they did, y'all know what happened. When they did that, the waters, I mean, it was like the waters just stood up. I mean, they just like separated, and they were flowing, and they rose up in a mass and in a distance far away, so that there was dry ground. And I thought it was so neat too in the story, because I love rocks. Rocks are mile markers for me, and they're milestones for me, no pun intended. But so a lot of times if I'm visiting a place and I find a rock, I'll write the date of where I was there. And like when we went to San Diego to see my son in the Navy, I did that. When my other son graduated from lineman school, I picked up a rock there and I wrote the date on it. It's just, those are mile markers, those are milestones. And so they did the same thing. They picked up 12 stones to represent the 12 tribes, and those were reminders. They were going to be used as a reminder of the faith and the journey that they had been on, and the hand of God that they had experienced themselves personally. And you know what? The cool thing is, that's not just a story that happened a long time ago. Because God is with us, He will direct our steps if we ask. And if we choose to follow Him. If we choose to follow Him and listen to Him and trust Him, He will never disappoint. God never disappoints. His promises are true. He will never leave us. So we have to be courageous. We have to trust. And we just have to trust in Him to help us. So whatever you're facing, again, today I'm facing not eating the chocolate almonds that my husband bought, a huge thing of chocolate almonds. And so I'm trying not to eat the whole bag today, because I'm committed to the next 21 days to actually writing down, keeping a food log. I've never done that for 21 days. So I thought, okay, Lynn Brown, you're going to do that, because I have a goal, a goal set by December of 2023 to do that. So I say all that to say that we just have to take the first step. Today I had to get the food log and the app and start documenting my food. So that was a step. That's a small step. Some of you are going through huge things, much bigger than trying not to eat chocolate almonds. I get it. But it's all the same. God is no respecter of persons, and He doesn't care if we are fighting cancer or fighting trying to keep our hands out of the potato chip bag. It doesn't matter. If we will lean and turn to Him, and if we will just trust Him to do the thing, but we have to kind of come out of hiding. It's kind of like playing hide and seek when you're little. We have to come out of hiding, and we all deep down in our heart, I think we all desire to live in peace in our heart of hearts. And there's only one way. There's one way to have that peace. And it's the peace that passes all understanding. And it's just like the song that we sang in Sunday school, I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. I got the peace that passes all, it's the true peace. And so we can get that by trusting, not just focusing on the river, the Jordan River in front of us, but focusing on where we want to be. And what do we have to do in order for that shift to happen? And there has to be a shift. There has to be a mental shift, and we have to be aware of our thoughts. And y'all, I'm a big proponent of gritty mindset. I mean, that the having a gritty mindset and being resilient and thinking tough, all those things, are all based on Romans 12:2. But it truly has to happen. We have to have we have to be transformed by renewing our minds in order for that to happen. It's nothing hokey pokey, hooky wooky, weird, wacko stuff. It's from the Word. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So there's nothing wrong with talking about your mind and mindset. There's nothing weird or wacko about it. I've heard before the mind of Christ. Well, I'll be honest with you. There have been a lot of times in my life I thought, obviously I'm off base, because my mind is not operating like His. Because up until now, I used to, I struggled with anxiety and fear and worry. until I took that step and put my feet into the water. And when I did, things began to change. So I just wanted to come on today and share those thoughts with you. And I just hope that something I've said is an encouragement to you. And I just want to encourage you to find some quiet time. Just find a little, even if it's 5 minutes, just start that quiet time. I did that, 7 years ago, and it's changed my life. And now I am seeing things happen in my life that I've been writing down in form of gratitude, and writing down in my journal as forms of dreams. And I've seen them happen in my life. So again, I don't tell you that to go, oh, my life's all great over here and perfect. It's not that. But I'm just telling you, if you will trust in Him alone, and sometimes it might just be, He might be all you have. He's really all you need. But just trust in Him and trust in His Word, and just know, even though you've not passed this way before, it's new to you. You might not even know how to get to where you want to go or when you're going to arrive there, but if you follow Him, you will arrive at your destination, and He's going to direct your path in everything that you do. So that's it. Take care. Have a gritty day, and remember, you are a gritty sister. You are created for greatness. God has a perfect purpose and plan for your life. I love you all. I'll see you next time.